Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen. Huh? Yeah, it started.
Okay.
We're good. We're live.
Sure.
Let me get it started on this.
That's what I was saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Wednesday Morning Caffeine. I'm your co-host, Caleb Griffin.
And I'm the other co-host, Caleb Ladd. Boom!
And this is the best time of the week, without a doubt. As you can tell, this is kind of our Christmas episode. So we got a fireplace and we got... You're going to get us copyrighted. Oh yeah, that keeps it. That's one. But yeah, today's our Christmas episode. We got a lot of great things to talk about, but first things first, Bible verse of
the greatest
the
thing
week.
to talk about.
The Bible? Absolutely. So since it's Christmas, I kind of went with a Christmas verse. I went with Isaiah 9:6, and it reads, "For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." So that was this week's Bible verse.
About Jesus.
Yeah. And with all the craziness of all the government and everything, you know, Jesus got it.
He number one,
for real. And with that, let's go ahead and hop into energy drinks this week. I'll let you start. I think you always start, but
No, well, you can start.
no, you start.
You can start.
We're gonna stay to tradition,
But it's Christmas.
but we stay.
I want you to start.
You want me to start? You
Yeah.
sure? Okay, I'll start. Today I have my favorite energy drink, the white gummy bear rain. I love this energy drink. It's so good. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pop it. Yep. Yeah.
You'll never believe this. I have my favorite energy drink.
No
A
way.
peach mango bang.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
goodness.
We
This-
did it.
This is
We
amazing.
did it.
Look at us.
Look at us.
We did it.
They said we couldn't make it, and now
I'm gonna pop.
started from the bottom. Now we're here. Ooh, that was a good pop. Little quickness, yeah. All right. So, shout out to Colton Merchant. We had Secret Santa this week, and I meant to put the picture up here. I guess I still technically could. I guess actually I can't because my phone's over there. But we had Secret Santa this week. All of the roommates plus my cousin, our dear friend Colton Merchant, who's been on the show before, you know who he is. What am I talking about? He gifted me the newest Diary of a Wimpy Kid, as well as this awesome creator set that comes with this great tripod and ring light, which is why we have enhanced video today. So shout out Colton Merchant, for real. Caleb, what did? Sorry, Instagram picture. Don't do that. I was holding up peas. I don't know why I was. But
Wait, let me get that in there.
all right, nice. And so, Caleb, what did you get?
Can I go get it?
Yeah, you go get it. I can distract while you're gone. He'll be right back. But while he's gone, I just want to say subscribe to Next Topic Media if you haven't. We are one away from 150, and every Wednesday is Caleb AM, and there's plenty of great content being released every day. Not almost every day, but yeah. And he's back. What'd you get, Caleb?
Should I say who got me, or
Yeah.
literally just like
We didn't plan this. It was all
was not
random.
planned.
Yeah.
one of my best friend got it for me. Caleb Griffin got me. Oh, sorry.
Dab me up
A
here.
brand new disc.
Yeah.
It's a Jomez Pro disc. I love Jomez Pro.
Yeah,
Love Jomez Pro. But I don't think, we can't. There's way too many lights in here. But this glows in the dark. It's so cool. And it glows really well, too. We tested it out. So now I have a glow putter and a glow driver, so I can play glow disc golf.
Explain to the people what Jomez Pro is.
Oh, Jomez Pro is like the #1 YouTube channel that like does coverage of disc golf.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, I had to. My dear friend, Caleb Ladd, I was so happy when I got you because I was picking out Christmas gifts for everybody. Said I already picked that out for you, and then they were like, "We should do Secret Santa." And I was like, "I love that idea." And I was like, "Please let me get Caleb Ladd because I already know what I'm gonna get him." And I got Caleb Ladd, so I was so happy. So yeah.
I got Daniel, so
Yeah.
it was easy for me. I just got a bunch of bangs and some D&D dice that are metal and have dragons on them. I thought Daniel would find that cool.
Yeah, and then so we covered everybody. JJ got Colton a Pokemon backpack and a Switch carrying case.
Yeah.
And Daniel got JJ a Troy and Abed in the morning T-shirt, which is really cool. All right.
And that is everybody.
Yeah. I would also, part of my gift was the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and I felt like an elementary school student again. I opened up the book, and it just had that same Diary of a Wimpy Kid smell.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid,
you know what I'm saying?
Smell so
they do smell good. Like
every time I go to the Barnes and Noble, I'll go sniff them.
Yeah, it was
that
incredible.
Might be weird, but I don't care.
And the book, I don't know if they've always been that funny or if I just liked them because they're a Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but there were times I like audibly laughed out loud while reading it because it was so funny.
They're funny books.
They're very funny. Now I got to get 11 through 16 because I'm gonna start reading them again.
Yeah, he showed it to me, and I was like, "Oh man, you should have gotten 6."
I need 6. I've been telling everybody like I need the hardback number 6 because that's the only of the original like 10. That's the only hardback I don't have.
He said he went with the newest one because he couldn't remember what you got up to, and he didn't want to risk.
I still liked it, and it's a cool cover. So
for the first time, I'm eating breakfast.
Yeah, cinnamon donuts.
Just one donut though.
Yeah. Speaking of food, this kind of goes into our question of the week, which was peppermint versus gingerbread. This is a battle of Christmas after all, and
that was planned.
There are 2 main snacks that I think everyone loves at Christmas time. Sure, you got eggnog. Sure, you got the little Christmas cookies, but the main 2 things, peppermint and gingerbread. So the poll was on Caleb Ladd's Instagram this week. You can go follow us at Instagram at Caleb_Griffin11 or with Caleb Ladd at
Caleb_Ladd 03.
03. That's what I thought. Okay. And the poll next week will be on my story, but this week the question of the week was posted on Caleb Ladd's story, peppermint versus gingerbread, and I get to guess the results of said poll. And I'm going to be honest, I really don't know. Do you know?
Well, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. I feel like majority of people I've talked to, they're all going to say peppermint is better. So I think peppermint might have won like a landslide. I'm going to go like 72-28 peppermint.
What did you think about... Just kidding. That's your final vote.
Yeah.
You are correct. Peppermint did win, and it was kind of a landslide, but it wasn't that bad. It was 62-38.
Should have known it was going to be 60-something, 30-something, but it's okay.
It started out really close.
Really?
I don't know if gingerbread ever got on top, but it was always 1 or 2 votes away. But then, out of nowhere, like 10 votes in a row were peppermint, and from there it was kind of over with. It was funny when I was coming up with a question, because, whoever doesn't have the question, they get the vote. It's only fair.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured that you would go with gingerbread because you don't like mint.
I don't like mint.
But you voted for peppermint.
I did. And
explain.
Well, I don't like gingerbread either. So it kind of came down to I was thinking gingerbread, and I was like, well, gingerbread really just isn't good. But then I was like, there's 2 things that are ginger related that I actually like, and that's ginger ale. And I don't love it. I just like it enough where if it's there, I might have a swig. Or if it was ginger snaps and milk, which is something my aunt showed me, and even then, like, that's not something I'm going to go out of my way to buy. And then it came down to, but I was like, this isn't ginger, this is gingerbread.
Yeah.
I don't even make gingerbread houses with gingerbread. I make them with either graham crackers or those fake things. Like, I don't even use gingerbread because gingerbread's just not good. So,
graham crackers definitely better.
And those Little Debbie gingerbread men are horrible. It's the worst Little Debbie that there is.
They're awful. Yeah, they're bad.
So then it came down to, well, I don't like peppermint either. I don't like mint in general. Well, candy canes. I'll eat a candy cane. So I almost just didn't vote, but I was like, I'll go peppermint because
You know what's funny?
what?
I love peppermint, but the only peppermint thing I just won't eat is candy canes.
Really?
I don't like candy canes.
That's the one peppermint thing like I will eat.
I just don't like them.
I would prefer like a sweet tart candy cane because those are delicious. But
I always like the white ones that are also like yellow, green, and red maybe. Those are so good. I love those. They're just like sugar, but
we should have done which candy cane is better.
I thought about doing like candy canes or something else, but I was like, I don't like candy canes.
Like if it
But I like gingerbread. It's just also not that good.
I don't like gingerbread, but
the best part of gingerbread is making gingerbread houses, and then the best part of the gingerbread houses is all the candy you put on it. So that's what I was
now see,
thinking
I love making gingerbread houses because we use graham crackers, so I can just eat the graham cracker with the icing and have a grand old time. But
dude, graham crackers are so good.
yeah, they are. But if it would have been like peppermint versus like anything else Christmas related, I don't know what it would have been. I probably would have picked the other thing. Like if we would have done, I don't know.
I thought of something else after I posted the question, but I can't remember what I thought of.
Apple cider, maybe? I don't know. Hot chocolate, something like that. I don't
Might
know.
have been hot chocolate.
But
Well, I think everybody would have picked hot chocolate.
yeah, hot chocolate.
I
is
mean, I
amazing.
still would have picked peppermint because peppermint's like my favorite thing ever.
Mhm.
It's like, I might have been talking to you, but like, it just makes me so sad that peppermint's not an all year thing. Like
Yeah.
we get mint stuff all year, but peppermint's like just
Yeah.
mint's crazy uncle on steroids. Like
This
I
man
love
loves peppermint.
I've already got like 10 peppermint shakes from Chick-fil-A this year, and I'm gonna at least double that. I can't waste the peppermint shakes. Like I only get them for a certain time of the year.
See,
So,
like Christmas seasonal things. Oh gosh, it's one of the like when Christmas is over. That's one of the, it's also sad because Christmas is over, but the seasonal things go away, and I want to
so
cry.
used to the seasonal
Yeah,
things being
like,
here,
dude.
and then I wake up on the 26th or January 1st, and they're just gone. I'm like,
Bro, this year, I guess it's like supply chain issues and stuff. Sprite cranberry is like impossible to find right now. I've gotten 2 this year, and
isn't it like worse than it used to be though?
no. Well, yes,
Do you like
'cause
my sweater, by the way?
I love your sweater. But it used to be just regular Sprite cranberry, and it was perfect. And then they made it this Sprite winter spiced
That's
cranberry.
what it is.
It's still good, not near as good as it used to be, but it's still good, and it still reminds me of Christmas.
They changed it. 'Cause
Me too.
I never tried a Sprite cranberry. The one time
They were perfect. They were
I went
so
to
good.
find one because me and Charlie were gonna make a TikTok to that like want a Sprite cranberry sound, and yes, I know me make a TikTok.
You
what
used
was
to be
this?
TikTok
the famous days. Yeah, no, this was the peak of my fame. I was at like 25,000 followers, so like, I had to keep the viewers happy. But like, we went to find one so we could make a TikTok, but we couldn't, so we just bought a regular Sprite and cranberry juice, and then oh my goodness, that TikTok is so funny, but I might have to delete it. Like,
Yeah.
I opened the Sprite, chugged some of it, which is hard for me because the only carbonated drinks I drink is Bang. That's literally it. Chug some of it, and then poured the Sprite the cranberry juice in it, and then I looked at the camera and said, "Want a Sprite cranberry?" Charlie goes, "Uh-huh," and then we just poured it over and waterboarded him in the video.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Pretty funny. But yeah.
But so that was it. It didn't taste good either. So that was the only Sprite cranberry I ever had. Because I tried it too.
I miss the old one. Like the winter spice one's not bad. It's just not near as good, and I'll still drink it, and it still reminds me of Christmas. And
I just don't get why they change it.
I don't either. And
What's
also,
the point of changing things when nobody ever complains about it?
also my favorite fast food item of all time are Taco Bell's chicken roll tacos, and they used to only come out during Christmas time for whatever reason. Like right after Thanksgiving, they would come back and they'd stay until mid-January. They haven't done it in 2 years, and I'm gonna cry because they didn't do it this year either. They brought back the nacho fries during Christmas this year. Like, give me chicken roll
tacos.
tacos.
The nacho fries like every other week.
I know. Just give me the chicken roll tacos, or literally like close your restaurant down because that's.
I'll work on that. Me and
One
you
year-
together will either end Taco Bell or bring back chicken roll
Yeah.
tacos.
Last year, me and Lauren made each other gifts. We were both broke. I made her a comic book. It was really cute and stuff. She made me chicken roll tacos. And they were good, just like not as good.
You
Sorry.
can't recreate a fast food.
You can't. She tried her best, and they were still really good. And I would eat them again, but
I don't know what my favorite fast food item is. I was thinking about this the other day because I ate it, and I was like, yeah, no, this is easily my favorite fast food item. It's probably the peppermint shake from Chick-fil-A.
probably is, knowing you. But you know what? I just realized
What'd you realize?
that this is our last Caleb AM for this semester. Because next week the semester will be over.
Praise the Lord.
I mean, there
This
was some highs.
semester is
It was a bad
over.
semester school-wise, but there were some fun moments. For sure. Like, I'm going to be sad.
School-wise.
School-wise, it was the worst semester I've had in my life. Like, absolutely no kizzy.
This was like really stressful, and I'm really disappointed with how some of my classes have turned out. Like, in myself, I'm pathetic, I guess. I don't know.
You're not
But-
pathetic.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Yesterday I
Don't
felt
change
it.
a thing.
Yesterday I felt it, but like because of a couple of my classes, I really hated this semester. But like because of some of my other classes, like I love psychology. Geography was kind of fun because my professor was awesome, and then communication was kind of fun because I'm like actually made friends. Maybe they're watching. They all loved the fact that me and you did a podcast. Every Wednesday when I came into class, they'd be like, "How was Caleb AM this morning?"
If only they could have watched.
It made my day. Well,
I'm just joking.
some of them watched.
Yeah.
But,
Um,
I made friends in communication, so that was awesome. But communication's just... That class has made me so mad because, like, it's so easy, but then there's 2 exams and they're worth 25% of the grade and they're hard. Like, they were so hard. I haven't taken the second one yet, but I think to pull my grade up to an A, because I've done pretty much a 100 on everything besides the first exam, would be a 94. And I don't think I can make a 94 on it. But
Yeah.
I'm going to try my best, so we'll see. But, and then my other classes, let me go through. Talk about 3. Hated biology in the lab. Like, Tuesday and
I hate
Thursdays
biology
were just
too.
like horrible. Like,
Yeah.
I had 5 classes on Monday, and it felt shorter than Thursdays when I had 1 class. Like, oh my goodness, it was awful. And then, yeah, I hated Spanish. That was probably my least favorite class, honestly.
Don't get me started
no.
on Spanish.
I like Spanish now because it's over, and I'm pretty sure I have an A in the class. So
Must be nice.
I'm cool with that. And then the Monday class we had.
It was a
It's
great
over
class.
now,
It was fun.
but-
It's just the timing of it was bad. Like, it was Monday. I was ready to go home, and it was
Yeah, but
3 to
it
4.
let us out right before
Yeah.
we could go get a block meal
I guess that's true.
from Einstein.
That's true.
And
But
it was our first class together ever. I didn't think about that, but we went
it was
to
a fun
different high
class.
schools.
Yeah, because we went to different
We
high
went
schools.
He
Dude,
goes to a different school.
I don't even like want to break down this semester because of how much I hated it, but I'll break it down because I hated it. First
I
off,
don't want to break it down because I hated it, but I'll
break it down because I hated it.
Do you want to sip of my peach mango? And sip of it right there?
Sure. What was my first class of the? Okay, so my first class was Western Civ, which at first I hated because it was just boring, and I was like,
This is the best one I've had. Of the white gummy bear variety.
and I thought I was gonna have to do a bunch of reading and stuff because he said we would, but we really didn't have to do that much reading. And the class really was not that hard, and I actually enjoyed the lectures, not because I paid attention, but because I just did my own thing while he talked. Because you didn't have to take notes to pass in that class, you just had to read the thing and you'd be fine. And that's what I did, and if I made at least like an 82 on my final, I got an A in the class, so which I'm pretty sure I did. And the professor was chill. He was a cool guy, other than the fact that he changed his accents randomly. But that was kind of funny. And then after that, it just kind of went downhill. I had my experimental psych lab, which was a wreck. I don't even want to go into detail, so I won't. And then I had, was after that, yeah, Spanish 2.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was going to be an easy A. Spanish 1 was an easy A.
I'm glad Spanish 1 was an easy A for you. I had to fight for it.
Well, we had groups, and my group carried me because they actually, well, no, one of them actually knew Spanish. But freaking Spanish 2, dude. The professor was like, I'm going to do my best to make sure this isn't a hard class that you stress about because I know this is an elective or like your core for your foreign language. So I'm going to try to make this easy so you're not stressing about it. And hats off to him. He did his best. But the fact that the jump you have to make from Spanish 1 to Spanish 2 is so ridiculously dumb. Like, the fact if I don't make a 91 on my final today, I get a C in that class. Which is utterly ridiculous that I'm struggling to get a B in Spanish. And it's not from a lack of effort. It's just that Spanish is hard. And Spanish 2, the jump you're making is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, no.
That's what I've heard.
It's so dumb. And he literally told us, like, Spanish 3 and Spanish 4 is literally the same thing as Spanish 2. Then why the freak is there even a Spanish 2? Like, he even told us, like, yeah, guys, I know some of y'all are struggling. Y'all expected this to just be kind of easier, but this is the biggest jump you have to make. So stick with Spanish after this because it's going to be so much easier.
No.
Like, screw that. No.
Foreign languages classes just do not seem fun.
They're
but
bad.
then there's ones like French and Japanese where you don't have to do mind. You have to do mind tests. You just don't have to do
lingua meeting.
Lingua meetings.
See, and I took French in high school, and I loved French. Maybe it's because of my teacher. I had awesome friends in French. French was just fun. I liked the French culture more than the Spanish culture, honestly, because we got to talk about Belgium, and Belgium's like the coolest country ever. But, but when it came time for me to pick a foreign language, I was like, you know what? I've already took French. Let me take something that I think will be more useful to me. I'm paying all this money to go to college. Let me get some use out of it. So I took Spanish, and I didn't regret it at first because Spanish 1 was fun. I regret it now.
I keep forgetting that you had groups in Spanish.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Just
every
Spanish
once in a while
1.
she would tell us to, like, all right, talk to the person next to you. And the dude next to me would always, like, side-eye me, and he had headphones in, and he would just, like, look back down. I was like...
That's what we do now.
So that's essentially what
in
I
Spanish
did,
too, but I think the person in charge of the Spanish department changed it because I think a lot of people were writing their groups. That's what I did. That's what I did.
My Spanish class, like...
And maybe that's why I'm struggling so much. But
that would explain it.
Really, like, Spanish 1 is literally like the alphabet, colors, numbers, time, vocabulary, with a few conjunctions. Or not conjunctions.
Conjugations.
Conjugations, yeah.
Spanish
Spanish 2?
A decent bit of conjugations.
Spanish 2 is literally grammar and nothing else. With slight vocabulary.
I'm not even good at English grammar.
Yeah, I know. Like...
Yeah, no, I'm excited to not take Spanish 2, and I'm just going to take Japanese 1 and 2. But I can't... But that means I don't have a foreign language next semester, which I'm fine with. So... But my Spanish class, oh my gosh. I don't know how I did it, but I never got to a B in that class. But I don't think I ever got above a 91. Yeah. Like, I was between a 90.2 and a 90.7 all semester, no matter what I made.
Yeah.
I did not ever go below or above. And it was fine with me because every time I went to check my grades, I'm like, oh shoot, I got a B in this class, but I have an exam coming up. I can actually pull it up. I go check to Spanish. I'm like, oh shoot, I actually have an A in here. That's hype. But like, when it's coming down to the final exam, I'm like, oh wait, this is like the first thing that can actually change my grade.
Yeah.
So I like found out I had to make like a 87 or 86 or something like that. I was like, oh, I literally am not going to do this. I made an 88 on the first exam because it was so easy. Because the first exam we took like after like 6 weeks, and it was literally just colors, time, numbers, and like a couple like vocab words.
Yeah.
But this one was like a lot of vocab words. But I think I did pretty good on it.
That's nice.
Our professor hasn't put the grades in yet, and I really wish she would have before today, because like I'm already stressed about my bio final that I did awful on. So now I really want to make an A in all my other classes since I did so bad in biology. But you live and you learn. My next semester should be really easy compared to this. So
I know that continuing with my schedule this
No, I'm
semester,
sorry.
you're fine. It's Spanish. We get off on it like every episode. But after Spanish, I had my experimental psych lecture, and this is the part of psychology I hate, which is the research side. I love the clinical stuff. I love talking about even the biological stuff is awesome to me. Like the myelin sheath, I love the myelin sheath.
I love the myelin
If it wasn't for the myelin sheath, things would be crazy in my brain. Like I love the myelin sheath. All that stuff is cool.
Myelin sheath is awesome. We learned about it in psychology, but we didn't learn about it in biology. But there was a question about it on a biology exam, so I got that question right. I mean, in the end, it doesn't matter,
Right?
Because I did awful.
But like so even biological psychology, I'm excited for that, and that's the class most people hate. But that and experimental psychology. But I just don't like the research stuff part of psychology. That's not why I got into it. So it was hard for me to like care in the lectures. I did my best though. And I thought like if I was gonna walk away with anything less than a B this semester, I thought that was gonna be the class. That was the hardest I've ever worked in a class in my life because they kind of screwed up the curriculum. Because in stats, which is the prereq for that, they teach you SPSS, which is a program for like entering your stats and your Excel sheets and all that stuff to get to run different tests and all that. And then you go into experimental, and they tell you in stats you're going to use SPSS for the rest of your college career. And depending on where you get a job, you're probably going to use it for that too. And then we get to experimental, everyone's like ready to use SPSS, and they drop this program called R on us. And I don't know why we would switch to R because they do the same thing. You get the same result, except in R you have to type in code to tell it what to do instead of just clicking a couple buttons. And I was really upset and mad that it was like that. And so there was a huge learning curve for everybody. So the class is very stressful. And then on top of that, it's just a hard class in general. But the fact that I'm kind of upset because I got an 88.6 as my final grade in that class. And I was like, holy crap, if I'd have gotten 1 point higher, if I would have done like a couple of PRPs, extra PRPs, I might have gotten an A in experimental psych.
I'm going to keep that in mind and do.
Yeah, I was so like happy with myself at first. I was like, holy crap, I thought I was going to get a C in this class. I have an 88.6. I was like, wait a minute, I could have had an A. But
honestly, I'm not going to lie. I would rather have like an 82 than an 88.
Same.
It makes me so
like
mad
it doesn't
looking at
affect
my
your
grade.
GPA. And then you're just upset because like, oh my gosh, instead of like, oh gosh, I didn't get a B, I didn't get a C.
You got there.
Yeah, thanks. And then
It's so sad.
we had careers in psych, which was just an easy, fun class that me and you had. And then my Tuesday, Thursday schedule was psych of learning, which was pretty fun. Not as fun as like the clinical stuff, but you're learning about conditioning and all that stuff to a much deeper scale. So that was pretty cool, and I did really well in that class. Had the final tomorrow. And then
You got this.
I had history of art, which I'm done with, and I got an A in that class. It was very boring, but I loved the professor. She was really cool, and she tried to make it interesting, and we had some cool projects in there, so I wasn't upset about it. But all in all, I guess it's really just because of experimental psych and Spanish, too. This semester was horrible. And I'm very upset that the fact that the class I struggled with the most was not experimental psych, but Spanish, too.
That's why I'm excited to get out of Spanish.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you took it. So
You're
didn't
welcome.
have to.
But looking to our next semester, like you said, should be
I'm so excited.
so
for next
much
semester.
easier.
I have 5 classes on Tuesday though.
Yeah.
And the
I
reason
have
Tuesday,
4, I
Thursday
think.
were my longest days was because they're hour 15 classes, and I only
Mhm.
had 1 class. I had a lab on Tuesday, but it was like a 30-minute lab. I'm not looking forward to it, but I only have 1 class on Fridays, so
Yeah.
that'll be pretty nice.
I'm hyped because all my classes are hour 15, which kind of suck, but I don't have classes on Friday, and I get my favorite professor of all time from Gen Psych. I get to take intro to film with my best friend Caleb Ladd. I get to take
I also get to do that.
biological psychology with the same professor who taught psych of learning this semester, and it's a very easy her curriculum's very easy, and her study guides are a big help. And there's also
Don't be too expectant on that. She might be going easy on the easier class.
she might be, but either way, I mean,
Professors that teach multiple classes normally have that problem. They'll have 1 class that's typically harder that they go super
Yeah.
strict on, and then they have an easier class that they just free ball.
I'm taking
Not to worry you.
I'm not worried about it. I like biological
Yeah, we're gonna
psychology,
have a
so
good time
if it
with
takes
that.
studying, I'm okay with studying. Then there's another psych class. I think it's psych of learning. No, psych of aging, maybe. It's either psych of aging or something. I don't know. I think it's psych of aging. But the professor, I looked her up on that professor website, and
RMP.
yeah, 5-star. Everyone loves her. They say her class is awesome. That her lectures are very interesting, and she does her best to keep the students intrigued and all that stuff.
That's exciting.
And so I was like really excited. And it wasn't just like one review; it was like 21. So I was like, bet.
I'll have to take this.
And I'm taking Psych in the Law, which is the closest thing to forensic psychology there is, as an elective. So I'm very excited about that. It's just gonna be a good semester. I got a feeling, you know. So
I'm taking some boring literature class, but it should be an easy A. Taking. Oh, I'm so excited. I had 5 8 AMs at the start, but one of those 8 AMs was Spanish too, and I just took Jonathan's advice, and I was like, no, that's not what makes me happy. I'm gonna take Japanese.
I love
'cause I actually
Jonathan, man.
want to take Japanese. Like,
I love Jonathan. He's so
he's
cool.
awesome.
Do what makes you happy, you know.
Yeah, he's like, no, do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
You are not here to hate your life. You're
You
here
know,
to
and
make
if
your life
it
great.
if it was in a situation where like you just didn't have the time to take that class and you had to get these out of the way, he would tell you like, look, man, I'm sorry, but you're just out of time. You're gonna have to take this and this and this. But you know, he looks at our situation. He's like, no, you got time. Take what you want. You got plenty of elective hours left. Like,
Do it.
Yeah.
It makes you happy.
he even
I'm just
told
mad at
me.
myself for not starting in psychology because all the awful grades I got in my computer science degree
Yeah.
kind of suck now.
But the thing is, if you wanted to minor in cognitive psychology,
I might do that. Since
yes,
I've already
cognitive psychology, you'd have those computer
Unless
science
I-
classes out the way.
Unless I have to take data structures, I might minor in
Yeah.
cognitive psychology. But
So,
yeah, no.
and those jobs are
I'm
pretty
waiting until not next semester, but the semester of our junior year to take Japanese 1, and then that spring semester I'm gonna take
cool. Too.
Japanese 2, and I'm so excited about that because
Yeah.
like I've been learning Japanese for a year now. I actually just hit like 365 days on Duolingo earlier this week, but
I saw that. You showed us.
I did. I was proud of myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of got into like a hard stuck moment. Like it's like now that I'm in college again, it's especially since I was learning Spanish. It was hard to like like try to learn 2 languages at once. It was kind of
Right.
that was kind of hurting me in the long run. So I was like, I'm gonna just pause. I'll do like a couple lessons
Yeah.
each day maybe. But so I'm excited to learn Japanese. But I have to get through next semester first. But what are the other classes I have?
I wanted to take. I have to take principles of marketing for my marketing minor before I can take anything else. But I wanted to take it over. I was gonna either take it this semester, but I had to pick that or intro to film. And as much as I want this marketing minor, and I'm gonna get the marketing minor, I'm taking intro to film. Like, sorry. But they're do principles of marketing over the winter, and I really want to take it, but it's so expensive. And I'm just like, no, you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy my winter break. I'll get to principles of marketing. I've put out my schedule. I'm still on track. Even if I don't take principles of marketing this semester, I'm still on track to graduate a semester early. So it'll be that. But go ahead.
Besides those 2 classes, I'm taking stats, psychology stats, whatever that class is technically called.
Intro into stats of psychology or something like that. Stupid.
It's like intro into psych stats. It's something.
Something
I don't
dumb.
know. I'm taking that. I think that's going to be my hardest class, but math has always been my strong suit unless it comes to anything trig related, and then I
Yeah.
suck. So if it's not super trig related, I might do okay. I like your socks.
Oh yeah, I had a story about those. Thanks for saying that, because now I get to tell the story
I got you.
when you're done.
So I'm not too excited about that class, but I'm not
Stats.
excited for it. Yeah,
There's no trick stuff,
that's good.
but
And I'm
it's
excited for it. I love math.
if
Math
you
is awesome.
if you do the work, it's not a hard class. It's just I would have had a better grade, but it was over the summer, so we had something to do every single day, and he had Canvas organized very weirdly, so I missed an exam. And he wouldn't let me retake it, but I still got a B with missing that exam. So
Oh, well, word. Then I have psych of abnormal behavior.
I love that
I'm
class.
very excited about that class.
I hate that I got a C in that class, but it was like when I was still trying to figure out how I was supposed to study for psychology, because the questions are very different than normal tests. It's not like definition answer. It's very like um, world based and applying the definitions to real world stuff.
That's
and
what
it's
my
so
professor
hard
for
to
Gen Psych
study.
has been
Yeah.
doing. So
That's
I'm
what-
kind of
That's what
ready for that.
my Gen Psych professor did too. It's just that was still like the learning curve of like figuring out how to study for it, which I've learned now. And I loved abnormal behavior was the coolest stuff to learn. It was
I'm
so
super
cool.
excited to be in that class.
And I wish I would have done better in that class because, oh man, it was a great class. Anyways, continue. I wish I could take that class with you. That class is awesome.
So you could use one of your 2 academic forgiveness things.
I might honestly like if it's at the end of the like my senior year, if
I'll probably do some academic.
if I have like an
forgiveness.
extra, if I have
But
extra
honestly,
hours.
At that point, I might not. What's the point of trying to get my GPA up when I don't get
Grad
any
school.
money for it? Never mind, you're right. You're
Yeah.
a smart man. I'm trying to remember my last. Oh, intro to film. I have intro to film, and then I dropped Spanish 2, and I picked up theories of personality, and I'm so excited about that.
Are you taking it with Andy?
Yeah, it's my brother's last semester at state, and I have a class with him. I'm so excited.
I might drop psych if I don't know what time slot y'all have it, but I might drop psych of aging and take that with y'all because I want to take that too.
3:30.
No, I don't think it is. Well, maybe.
3 to
What days?
2 to 3:15. I think Tuesday, Thursday.
I think I'll have to look at my.
Don't sign up
Schedule,
for it until
but-
I confirm the time.
Okay, I won't. I have to. My schedule's on
I
my
can pull it
phone.
up right now.
I'd have to look it up, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell the story about my socks. So
while I find the time.
I'm wearing. Let me make sure y'all can see this in the camera.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
we're shaved.
yeah. No Shave November's over, but
I
so
let my stubble grow out a little bit.
I'm wearing
This-
these Christmas socks. They are little basketball ornaments from my Nike basketball socks. Anyway, so I bought these at Dick's when I was in 7th grade, I think.
Yeah, it's 2 to 3:15.
2 to 3:15, got it. And I bought these for John James Butler, the bearded man of Next Topic Media.
Of bearded fame.
And this was going to be his Christmas present. Well, I go to his house a week before we're supposed to exchange gifts, and the man is wearing these socks. He's like, "Hey, Caleb, look at my socks. I got them at Dick's." I was like, crap. So I had no idea what to do. So I was just like, "Yeah, I got those socks too." And I was like, "This sucks." So I was freaking out of what to get him. This is before like I could drive, you know. So I had to like wait until one of my parents were going into town to be like, "Hey, can I go with you to buy JJ a gift?" I ended up getting him this cologne called Ball is Life. And to make matters worse, I had it.
had Ball is Life already?
No, I would have just given him the socks and Ball is Life at that point. But Jackie, I had the bag. It was from Belk, I think. And Jackie, I had the bag on my bed with the box with Ball is Life in it. My little sister sits on it and crushes like the half of the box where the cologne isn't. So I just gave him the cologne with no box. I was like, "Here you go." So I was just he probably thinks like, "This is cologne Caleb got and took out of the box and didn't like, so he gave it to me." Like, I'm sure that's what he thinks.
How
Just
old
to
was
clear
he?
the air. 7th grade.
I don't think so.
So I was like,
it's cologne.
so I told him the story. I was like, "JJ, I bought you those Christmas socks. You already had them." And I wore them to show him, like, "Look, I'm wearing the same socks. Like, I bought these for you, but you had them. So
Please believe me.
So then I bought you this, and you know my little sister, like, yeah, she sat on the box." So that was great. That was a fun Christmas. So yeah, that was my Christmas sock story.
I'm glad I reminded you.
Yeah, that was fun.
We don't have 8 a.m. today.
Yeah, no, we
Because
could
the semester's
talk
over.
forever. We both have 12 finals.
12
o'clock
exams,
finals, yeah.
Might go.
Spanish too. I'm so glad to be done with foreign language. Like I said, I have to make a 91 to get an A. Not an A, get a B, which is so
believe in you.
stupid.
You got this.
I studied my butt off last night. Hardest I've ever studied for a foreign language in my life last night. But we'll see if that's enough. Man, it's so hard to study for the grammar crap because like vocabulary, you could just make flashcards and be like, okay, and learn it, and like colors and all that stuff. It's so hard to study freaking preterites and imperfects and all that stuff. Like, I don't, like, I do my best, but, and like, there's so many irregular forms for the preterite, and I'm like, how do you remember all this stuff? Like, and people
I
say
have psychology today. I haven't studied like nearly enough as I should have because I spent all my time studying for biology just to not do good. I'm so mad at myself. But
you're okay, Caleb. I'm sorry.
But I spent all that time studying on that and didn't do good. But I think I'm ready for it. This is besides my math classes, this is the first cumulative exam I've had to take in college. So like, it's 100 questions.
Golly, psych.
On the entire class.
Oh my gosh.
But he said what he was doing. There's a drop grade, so I can't bomb it and fail the class.
Yeah.
Or I can't bomb it and make a C. But if I make a 79, I get an A. So that's exciting. But
good lord.
Yeah,
My gen psych was 50. It was cumulative, but it was 50.
Well, what he's doing, it's to help us, honestly.
Yeah.
He's taking 25 questions from each exam.
Each thing is worth 1 point, so I mean.
Yeah, so, and each one's technically worth half a point in the grade system because he's one of those awesome professors that doesn't do like each thing's worth a percent. I mean, it's still technically worth a percent, but like he's like, this exam is 50 points and you have 300 points in the class. So like our 4 exams or 5 exams make up 200 points and we get 1 drop. And then like there was like quizzes, attendance, extra credit, and PRPs. And I love classes that do that. Like the percent ones, I mean, I get that that's still like, what's 200 divided by 300? 66? Like that's still the majority of the
200
class.
200 divided by 300?
Yeah. I mean, 2/3, that'd be 2 divided by 3, that'd be 66. Like that's still 66% of the class, which is like 10 times worse than the 25% the tests are worth in my communications class, but like they've still felt like they were worth a more fair amount.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really loved my gen psych class. My professor's awesome. I wish he taught more than just gen psych, but I don't think he does.
I want to teach gen psych.
He was telling us on the last day of class about this like pro study thing he's doing.
This number bothers me so much.
I know, we just need one more. This like program thing that he's doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, he was talking about it like it might be a PRP one day. But I was like, I'm gonna have to look out for that. But then again, I'm banned from PRP, so.
It's so stupid.
He said he wanted us all to take it because he needs like over 1,000 students to take it. But he was like, now that I've told y'all about it,
the validity's messed up.
He was like, I have to wait for y'all to forget about it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick. There were some people up there, they were trying their butts off to get brownie points with him. Because, like, this guy went up there, he's like, hey, when you're ready to send that out, please send us an email, because I really want to take it. I'm like, you know you're just trying to suck an A out of him. Like, dude. I don't even blame him. I sat through the class because I was like, this is really interesting, but, like, maybe he'll say something that's just like,
oh, you know what I've been forgetting to do this whole time?
oh, no.
I don't know where this is going to pick up, or, like, where we left off, but I don't know where we left off. We're just in a completely different conversation.
We're somewhere else now. That's
sorry.
Okay. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, it happens.
Watch the YouTube version if you want to hear what happened.
Anyway, what you said kind of reminded me of experimental psych. I don't know why, but we had this huge project that's worth like over 1/3 of our grade in experimental psych, and it's called Capstone, where you do your own correlational study and you write this huge APA paper about it and all this stuff. And I did mine on caffeine because I drink a lot of caffeine and I wanted to see like the relation of stress and caffeine. But at the beginning of the semester, he literally told us like a lot of people like to use these capstones for like scholarships and actually publish them and see if they can get noticed by any grad schools. And sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't because you're restricted, because you can't actually do this experiment because you have to get board approval from like the board people and all that stuff, and we can't do that, so you have to like restrict it to like family and friends and people in your class. So literally, like, most of the time you're not going to be able to, like, use this on anything, but it's still great practice and all that. I wasn't upset about it because it was part of the curriculum. And anyways, so my sample, like, we had 40 people in our experimental site class. I got 12 people in my survey. One of them was you, one of them was Emily, one of them was Lauren, one of them was my friend Carly, one of them was my friend Carly's roommate. So I got 5. So 7 people in my experimental site class actually took my survey. So thanks, guys. But
Did you also like ask in the class, or did you all post them?
we posted them, and then we literally asked in the class too, and we told the head professor. He literally told us in class, take other people's surveys. And like I did.
How many did you take?
Like 20. And
I don't like your class.
I don't either. I was mad. I was like, what are y'all doing? But anyways, so now I really can't use this. Well, anyways, in the discussion, we have to talk about our limitations and like what causes this experiment from not being able to relate to the general population, or you can't like go in from sample to the general population. Well, I wrote my limitations were, this wasn't exactly how I put it. I actually made grammatical correct sentences, but I said that my sample size was too small, that it was predominantly white, and it was predominantly female, so I couldn't expand it to the general population. Well, he took off 5 points of my discussion, which I thought was the best piece of work I've ever done in my life. And I got really mad, and I looked at his notes, and he said I didn't discuss my limitations. And I was like, bull crap. And I emailed him, I was like, hey, these are my limitations right here. And he was like, oh, yes, but there's not enough detail. Like, what else can I say? My sample size was 12 people. That's not enough people to generalize to the population. It was like 80% female, and it was like 75% white. There it is right there. What other detail can I give you? I was mad.
Just be trying to lower the grades.
And it wasn't even the professor, it was the TA, which all semester the TA's been a Chad. The TA's been a Chad all semester. He's done 2 things that have made everyone mad. Well, not. He's done 2 things that have made me mad. One of them made everyone mad. The fact that he told us we were going to have to present our capstones when at the beginning of the year we didn't have to. And then try to get us to do them over WebEx because he was out of town the entire last week of the semester. And I didn't do it, but I still got a 20 out of 20 on my presentation. So, to the people who did do it, I'm sorry you didn't have to do it. He would have still given you the grade.
TAs are typically like super cool.
He was up until the last week of the semester when he took away 5 points on my discussion. Because when I did what it said, I was so mad because I was like, my comp professor from my high school days, which is she's one of my favorite teachers I've ever had, would have been so proud of that. Would have been a perfect 100. I am so, I was hyped turning that thing in, and then, oh yeah, you didn't do this. I was like, I did do this! I did it! It's right there! I was so mad,
my TAs that I had in computer programming, because our labs in intermediate were like the worst thing ever. They were so underdeveloped. And they were pretty nice in intro to programming, because there was like this website that you could like type the code into, and when you could run it in the website, and when you ran it in the website, it gave you a grade and told you like what you needed to change. Right. It didn't tell you like what to change it to, but it like highlighted the things that were wrong and like what grade you have at the moment. And there was like a bunch of subset of things that you had to do. Like it had to run it had to be able to run with 5 different like inputs. So you couldn't just code an input that it was gonna make.
Yeah.
So you could get the desired output. You had to know all the variables and stuff. But so I was actually having a fun time with those labs. But then there was one. Our TA was really nice. He would help us. There was one where you had a 3-hour lab time block, and I was typically done by the first hour 15, hour 30, depending on how many other people were in the lab. Blaine was in there sometimes because me and Blaine were in the same class. That was super fun. But so I think it was like week 9 or something. Week 9's lab. Like it was the most absurd thing ever. I probably still have it saved on my computer if I didn't like get mad and delete it right after I turned it in.
Yeah.
But like it most of our codes were like 50 lines, but this one was like 300 something. Which
Yeah.
like I mean, that's not all too bad for like somebody that's coding for a career. But we're all in the intro to coding class. Some of the people in there were like pros at it, and they would just sit in there and like work on other stuff and still ask the TA for help, and it made me so mad. Like there was this one time, there was me and this kid in there. He knew how to do everything, but he would just talk to the TA for like 20-minute intervals while I was sitting there doing absolutely nothing because I was stuck and I couldn't move on. But that's a story for another day. But so like it was like this impossible code. We had to know like how a 3D printer operated, and we had to know the code to make a 3D printer work. How the freak was I supposed to know that? I've used 3D printers. My brother has a 3D printer, but what moron owns a 3D printer and knows the code for how it works? Literally, we had to make a 3D printer. We were coding
That's
a 3D
funny.
printer, and
That's so funny.
the thing, it didn't tell us how to do it. It was just like, yeah, make a code that can like print something in 3D. It's like, I don't freaking know. I don't know how to do this. And there were so many people in the lab, and our Chad TA, like he was normally super chill. He would help us when we were struggling, and if nobody could figure out, eventually he would be like, all right, here, let me see it, and he would like give us a step and move us on. But so we were all in there from the start of the lab till past the end. I was late to family group this week because of it. But so me and Blaine are freaking out, like, we're not gonna get this done. Like,
Yeah.
this sucks. And so, you know, all of us are struggling. The TA essentially just, I'm sitting next to him. He eventually, like, I got really close, and some other kid figured it out, but he did it a completely different way, so it wasn't helpful to us. But good for him. He was cool. He was really cool. But I was getting close, and so the TA eventually just, like, gave me everything I needed. And so I'm like, let's go! And then me and Blaine, like, we were helping each other through every lab. So, like, when one of us got it, we would, like, give the other person the answer so that way they could, like, look at a completed code. But then everybody wanted it. And I don't know, my adrenaline was pumping from finally getting it right because I'd been working on it for so long. But, like, it ended up, like, everybody that was there got it. Hold on. Everybody there got it, but I only sent it to Blaine and my other friend. I think I might have sent it to Colby because he was in our lab. But next thing I know, I think I sent it to one other guy that was there. Everybody in our lab got my code. So the couple days after that, everybody in the class got emailed, and they were like, hey, we're reporting all of y'all to the honor code if you don't take a 0 on this lab. I was like, there's no way. Just no way. She
Did they actually report y'all?
Yeah. But she said that what she was going to do to make it fair, because she knows that not everybody actually cheated, was she was like, email me the word drop, and I will just make this your drop grade for lab. You get a 0, but you're not going to get reported. And I was like,
wow.
I did this whole lab, wasted my time, just for it to be forced to take my lab, for it to be my drop lab grade.
That's crazy.
That was the maddest I got in my first semester. Like and I'm not a big fan of getting, I don't know, like when I get in trouble, I think about it for ages.
Yeah,
and
I'm the same way.
It's awful. Like, I just like, oh my, that lab is awful. It made me so mad. But
you know,
it's the reason I got a B in that class too, because like I was on the verge of an A, but the fact that I
had to use your drop grade on that.
Drop grade on that, and then I didn't make a 100 on the other lab, so like barely did it. Can you see that my things are lighting up?
Barely, but yeah, you can see it's flickering.
My hat lights up.
You know, this is
that's my tangent. I'm not in computer science anymore, thank goodness. But what really sucks is I was in it, and we had to take Cal 1, Cal 2, chemistry for whatever stupid reason, and intermediate, and I made a C in both Cal classes and a C in intermediate.
Hey, it's okay.
And so there goes my GPA on a bunch of useless class. Oh my gosh, I'm so mad.
It's okay. It's okay.
Man, I wish I could restart college.
It's okay.
I would not be in computer programming.
Okay. So this is kind of irrelevant, but I want to rank all the Diary of a Wimpy Kids one episode in the future, or like rank the top 3 maybe.
Okay.
I really want.
That could be a Caleb PM thing.
Yeah.
We could rank stuff on Caleb PM.
We could. Great idea. We figured it out.
Write it down before we forget.
Write that down. Anyways.
I'm down to do that. That'd be a really hard one, but
I know my top 2 after
this
that.
One's number 1 easy.
Ooh, no.
It has the eggs in it. I like looking for the eggs. Although I don't know. 6 is also really
I'll give you number 1 and number 2 right now without showing the audience. Sorry, audience. That's my fault. Number 1.
Yeah, no.
Number 2.
Now that I think about it,
I don't know what number. That might be number 3. That one was really good. I'd have to not read all
that.
This one was
span.
really good actually. So I don't know.
I need to read that one. That span of 4 is like the best span. I love all 3.
I'd like to get. I forgot. I realized I didn't have Roger Goals in here. I need to get hardcover Roger Goals. I need to get. I have it somewhere. I just don't know where it is.
I have Roger Goals
11.
and a hardcover of 6.
Yeah.
I'll bring them here and let you have them. I mean, you can't keep them forever, but we'll use them.
I'm gonna try to get this for Christmas. I'm gonna ask people hey, I really want this, but
I have through 13 or 14 too.
I need to get 11.
If you want to read
16
those.
for my personal, because I like having all the hardcovers. That's like a thing I collected when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Except I never got 6 just because they had the shortcut. I didn't get it when it normally came out for whatever reason that year, and they had the paperbacks at our book fair, so I ended up getting them. But with that being said, I mean, we don't have anything to do for a while. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I mean,
I'm going skiing.
Wow.
For Christmas.
Sounds like fun.
I'm very excited. It's all I have.
Are you going back to West Virginia, or are you going somewhere else?
Snowshoe, West Virginia. Same slope. I'm so excited because there's a mogul I got to take on. He took me out. Oh my gosh, I'm going to tell that story. I don't know if I already told you this. On our last day, the most fun part of skiing for me, or not the most fun part, because like just skiing in general is literally my favorite thing. Like I love skiing. It's so fun. But one of the most fun parts is falling and having like the most horrible looking fall where you look like you just broke every bone in your body, but you landed on snow. So unless it's icy, you just get back up and it's chill. But, real quick, side story. Yeah, no, I found out the hard way how bad ice can. I landed on my foot wrong and I literally couldn't walk for the whole week the first time we went skiing. Like, I thought it was no big deal, but I think I like sprained my ankle or something. Because I was limping everywhere, and the only time I didn't feel pain was when I was skiing because your like foot's locked in a boot.
Yeah.
Like I tried snowboarding, but I couldn't move my ankle, so I couldn't snowboard because all snowboarding is doing this.
Yeah.
You get to see the feet.
The
But yeah, no. So that was really bad. I literally like the whole week I was just like gripping the walls, like trying to stumble around. It was awful.
Yeah.
But I drank a lot of bangs that week, so I got through it. But, so anyway, you know, falling's so fun. I love doing it. But I was doing really good, and I wasn't falling a lot. I was hitting a lot of sharp turns, too. I felt really good. But there were some parts that, like, went up on the side of, like, I mean, there's, like, you know, a big flat area where everybody's skiing, and then some of them have, like, been carved out where you can, like, get up and get some airtime. And then there's also some, like, just some straight small moguls that just kind of go up and down. But there was one on the fastest slope that we had. Like, there wasn't like a black slope. Like, there's like green, blue, black, and then there's like diamonds, double black diamonds. Those are the ones that everybody talks about doing. I have yet to do one. Those were closed off when we went. I'm glad because I probably would have done it and then died. I did a single black diamond at the first ski trip, and it was pretty scary. I just went super slow down it the whole time. But so, yeah, no, I'm going down the fastest part of our slope, and there's like this little there's a little spot on the side where it goes up some, but like there's this one part that it dips down, and it's not like it's just a hole. It's kind of dangerous because it wasn't long enough to where you could like just ski down it and get some airtime on the end because it wasn't the width of a ski. So if you went down, your ski just gets stuck in it and then you fall forward. But one time I went down it, I was like, I'm gonna jump it. So I jumped over it and landed it, but I was by myself. I was like, nah, everybody's got to see this. Also, there was a ski lift on the top of the slope, like going across. So Andy and I think Katie were going down behind me, and I was trying to show Andy like all the best spots to go because he hadn't gone down this one, and this was one of our last times. It might have been our last time, honestly, but so we're going down, and Andy's right in front of me. I'm right behind him. I'm like, there it is. Take that jump. He chickens out and like swerves away, which like fair. Jumping in skis isn't easy.
Yeah.
But then I go, I jump, but then my left ski doesn't go as high up, and so it gets caught in like the top of the thing, and I took like a 30-yard tumble down the slopes. I'm just like flying. I got some sick airtime though, because like I was like doing this in the air. It was awesome. I like was just sprawled out on the ground. Katie she zooms by me. She's like, "You okay?" or something like that. I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay." You okay? But like, oh, it was so funny. I wish somebody got in a video of it. But like, when I got up, like my skis were like all the way up the hill, so I had to like go get them. But it took me like 15 seconds just to get up, because I was just like sprawled out on the ground. And I like looked around, and the ski lift, all of the people are just like staring at me. And I stand up and they start cheering for me. I was like, "Woo! I did it, yeah!" But oh my goodness,
I could totally see you just like on the
it was
That's
so
awesome.
funny. Like the entire ski lift just erupted when I stood up. They were so proud of me for getting up. But oh my goodness, that was the most fun I think I've had skiing. Like. It's I can't explain what I looked like falling without falling. But like I looked so funny falling.
I have to be falling to tell you how I look.
I don't know. I can't explain it,
but yeah, I've always wanted to snowboard just because of watching the Olympics as a kid and Cloud9, but I've never really wanted to ski. But I'm sure it's fun.
I never wanted to ski. It was always something that I wanted to do, but I was like, I live in Mississippi, I'll never get to. And then one day my parents were like, we're gonna take a ski trip. I was like, wait, what? For real?
Yeah.
So it's now literally my favorite thing ever. Like there's nothing more fun than skiing. But I might try snowboarding this year because my ankles don't hurt. But I'm also like just getting good at skiing. I don't want to, not ski and then be bad at it and just try. So I want to get very good at skiing before I swap to snowboarding. So that's what I'm gonna do. I also I tried to take a video of like, I think my mom maybe this year, and so I was skiing, and then somebody almost hit me. Like I'm on video, somebody almost hit me. It messed me up, and then I fell on video, and then I dropped my phone when I fell. So in the video, like I fall, and then the screen goes white because it's like in snow, and then you hear me go, "Where's my phone?" Oh, I was so scared.
Bro, you should get some shots. I can put you together a little cool video.
Thank you. I'll have to do that.
Yeah. See, speaking of cool videos, we started a new short film. Hopefully we can get filming done today. There's only a few more shots we really need.
It might not happen.
Maybe some extra. Might not.
I have 3 exams to take today. So.
Your first one's at 11?
First is at 12.
12.
And then I have an online one due today, and then I have a second online one due tomorrow that I'm going to try to do today. And I have 2 things to do for that class too. We have like to hear other people too. So.
I think there's only like 2 shots we really need with you in them, but if we can't do it, it's all good. We can do it tomorrow.
I might be able to, but I like have to take my exams before the nighttime.
Yeah.
I don't want to risk not being able to.
Right.
So.
After your first exam, do you want to return your books with me?
Know what books I have to return. I'm kind of nervous about it.
Your textbooks?
I don't have any.
Oh, then never mind.
Like,
He didn't get any lunch. Do you want to go to Barnes and Noble with me when I return
I'm
lunch?
down.
'Cause
I'm
I
like,
gotta take mine back.
I'm like kind of freaking out about it because I don't remember what textbooks I got at the beginning of the year. But I'm pretty sure I just got like online stuff.
You might have. I don't know.
Because the only thing I had in my bag was
Codes.
the lab manual, which I didn't need. Still mad about that because I had my one from last year. Codes, or not? I didn't get codes because I had that new online thing that was a little more.
Yeah.
And like maps for geography.
You didn't get a Chin Psych book?
I didn't get me one. But like, do I have to turn in the map for geography?
Possibly. You could take it.
I'll just take it.
I know. I gotta turn in 2 books. Dude, first off, look at this book, and then I think you'll explain how mad I am. Like, you know, me and you both love like Asia as a whole. I think you love it more than I do, but I think it's like cool and stuff. Like especially like samurais and all that crap.
Oh yeah.
But this was supposed to be a history book. Look at this book. Like turn it around. Look at that. Is that not like the coolest thing? That was supposed to be my history class.
What happened?
It got canceled.
What?
The class got canceled. East Asia civilization. Or pre-modern East Asia civilizations. And literally a week, I'd already ordered the Bulldog bundle. A week before class had started, I got an email saying, I will not be able to teach the class this semester. Sorry for the late notice. Like, what the crap? What do you mean sorry for the late notice? So that's how I ended up taking Western Civ, and I was so mad.
Do you have to turn this in?
Yeah. 12. Is that today? No, tomorrow's 12
Oh, so this is on all the things that you have to return.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get mine out.
I don't think I have to return anything.
But
I'll still go, and I don't need the geography map, but I'll go with you. I'll bring my. We could go before the final. Oh no, I probably need to start.
This was the book for experimental. I never opened it once. What other books did I had. I know I had another book. At least another book. I had a code for Spanish. Here it is.
My book. I had to get the code for Spanish, but like, since I joined the class late, I was kind of like screwed over because.
This one doesn't even have a return sticker on it.
I don't think you want it. But because of like how I joined the class late, there was already like mind taps that were due, so I either had to wait for my Bulldog bundle to update and give me a code for mind taps, or just like buy this thing. And I was like, it's only like $20. I'm just gonna buy it. Like this is not worth
the wait.
Like I'm not taking extra zeros on this, so. I get my Spanish final grade today, or my professor said she'd try to have them, like, the latest she'd get them in is Wednesday night, so
Yeah.
let's hope she gets them in, because
I know.
I've convinced myself I have an A, and I'm ready to get this exam.
I need to see if my phone's like out to die.
Probably is.
No, we're good. I don't think it uses a lot of battery. Using the camera.
What time is it? Let's see.
74 minutes.
Let me see how much of it. It seems like an hour and 5 minutes have been honest. Longest Caleb AM yet.
Yeah, well, we normally have to leave because we have a class at 8 a.m.
Yeah, normally.
We don't today.
Yeah, it's 7:40. Normally we're gone by now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not mad about it.
Not bad either.
It's not like having a long video is bad. People can tune in and watch as long as they want.
True.
And you can get over it. I'm having a good time talking to my best friend.
Heck yeah!
Let me do what I want to do.
I was really hoping to see that 149 subscriber thing go up during this week. Just one.
Yeah, 12 people have viewed my story, and I don't think any of them started watching.
Well, we got one person who watched a long time when they left, but it's okay.
I would say it was my mom, but she normally comments.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was my mom.
Might have been my mom. I sent her a message with the link because she kept saying she couldn't find it. So I was like, okay, I'll send you the link. So I sent her the link, and I don't know, she left.
Whatever, Mom.
It's fine. I'm almost out of my white gummy bear.
I'm not even close to doing my peach mango.
What else is there to talk about?
How was your week? We never got to that.
No,
I mean, we kind of talked about it because I kept talking about how awful my week's been.
I mean, my week's just been hard, I guess. A lot of studying. Monday was fun. Yesterday was alright. I really didn't after my final, I really didn't do much besides study. I watched The Big Short finally. It's a Adam McKay movie, and he normally does like all those silly, goofy Will Ferrell movies. Like he normally directs all those, but this one was a rather serious one, based on a true story about people who looked at like all this stuff, and they like predicted that the whole economy was going to collapse when it did in 2008. And it was starring Christian Bale, Steve Carell, Brad Pitt, and Ryan Gosling.
The star-studded cast.
Yeah, the four main characters, and it was really, really good. Like I was worried it was gonna be like he was gonna try to pull some goofy stuff, and I was very like surprised that Adam McKay didn't do that, because it was just really like a really good story and a really good movie. And like these people, what they would do were, except for Steve Carell's character, I don't think, well maybe his did, but like Christian Bale's character, he played like this super smart like doctor dude, like an actual medical doctor, but he quit his practice to go into like stocks and all that stuff, and he like was so good at data and all that stuff. So he basically was like, he was looking at all this stuff and realized that like the way they were doing mortgages and all that stuff at the time, like that there was gonna be this huge housing crisis and everything, and so he started like betting. He like started like investing against it somehow. And like all these big banking firms, dude, this is Wall Street. If you give us free money, we are going to take it. And he was like, he bought 500 million shares of all this stuff, and people like his clients were all freaking out, like, oh my gosh, you're losing all this money. He's like, I promise you, like, he's like, you're betting on something to happen that has never happened in history. And he just kept telling him he was right, and then all these other people realized it was going to happen. And Brad Pitt's character was so cool because like once him and these two other guys realized it was going to happen, like they started like cheering because they had like all these shares bought and they were going to make like over $1 billion on it. And Brad Pitt would get mad at him like, you realize you are betting on the economy to crash. Like millions of people are going to lose their homes, millions of people are going to lose their jobs, and you're celebrating about it.
That's what people that invest in stocks
Yeah, that's what like Brad Pitt's character hated Wall Street and got out of it. But
good for him.
Yeah, but they ended up pulling him back in for this to see if it was like accurate and all this stuff. And
I can't stand people that like literally make their living off of stocks. It's like you're probably ruining a lot of people's lives, and you're not doing anything for your money. I'm watching the stocks. So shut up.
It was a really, really good movie.
Might watch it one day.
Yeah.
Overwatch 2 Season 2 came out yesterday.
That's good.
I wanted to just play it all day, but I was like, I need to study. I have several exams today, so, I didn't play as much as I wanted, but I did get to play the new hero.
The live. Colton is watching now. Thanks, Colton.
Hey, Colton. C-Man66.
C-Man
Yeah, we've been
66.
going a while. It's like you're here.
Yeah, I talked about your gift that you got me.
We're using it right now.
We're using it. I also talked about the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Very funny. Great book.
But, got to play the new hero. He's really fun, but I'm kind of upset.
Oh gosh, I caught it. Let's go.
Let's go.
I caught it.
I'm kind of upset because the
that was 1 minute. Sorry. I messed up. Go ahead.
I think we just added the same one twice.
No, I didn't. This is the first one. And then this
They're
one.
both 30 minutes.
Yeah, the first one was 30 minutes.
Yeah, the second one you ended it at 29:50. So I think you just added the first one twice.
My fault, you're right. This is great. Editing audio on a video. You've never seen anything like this.
What I'm saying. I found out, apparently whenever I am like recording audio in Overwatch on like this like thing that I use to record game clips, there's like this insane wind noise in the background.
Probably your PC.
I don't think it is, because my PC wasn't making noise. Like, it was just the entire time. And I didn't notice it until I recorded, like, 40 minutes of footage that I was going to, like, edit together to, like, send to you so you could post it as some gaming. Because I also did, like, a review of the Battle Pass and stuff. And then I went back and listened to it, and it was just like, yeah, no, this is the, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how this happened. I wish I had looked before I recorded so much gameplay, but.
Let's ask Colton how he's doing. Colton, how are you doing? Probably gonna take a minute because the live kind of buffers from where we're actually doing it.
He might have joined to say the live exclamation point.
Well, he's still there. According to the watcher, he's still there.
Yeah.
Let's see what he says.
We'll give him 30 seconds to respond, and then we're killing the weapons. I mean, sorry.
He didn't mean it. That was a joke. We promise.
Come on, Colton.
Maybe he's. Oh, there he is. I am doing great.
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
Oh wait, of course he's doing great. He finished all of his exams on Friday.
So what's he been doing all week?
He had work Monday and Tuesday.
No, that makes sense.
I might go to work tomorrow just for him because he came to work on Monday for me.
Yeah.
I gotta text somebody asking if I can take their shift though.
I'm leaving at some point tomorrow.
I gotta go ask off for Christmas break, so I'm gonna be stuck in Starkville until
You get off?
I get off, which who knows how long that'll be. It'll be at least 2 weeks from that day, so it might be the 20th. But I don't know. I'll just give up on my shifts that I get after that. I've been trying to talk to my manager since like a week ago, but he's always gone. So haven't been able to talk to him. Well, we got Colton.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know.
You never asked me how my week was.
How was your week, Evan?
It's been crappy.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, I'm glad you asked. Now I'm in a bad mood.
Thanks for nothing. He said I am going home so I can get an oil change and fill my tires with air. With me, wish me luck, boys. Good luck.
Good luck, Colton. You need it.
I gotta get my oil changed.
Nimrod.
Like ASAP.
That Nimrod.
But
his tire pressure was like 18 and he needs 44. I don't know how he didn't just get a flat.
Yeah. Congratulations on not getting a flat. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I gotta fill mine up.
His tire light's been on for ages.
Yeah. Mine just came on like a couple days ago. But
I let mine stay on for like a couple days, and then I told my dad about it. He was like, "When did it turn on?" I was like, "I don't know, like 4 or 5 days ago." He was like, "Don't ever let it happen again." I was like, "Okay." He was like, "I don't want your tires to blow up on the road." I was like, "Okay."
Mine came on a couple of days ago, but Mr. Thomas has an air compressor in his shop, so I'm just gonna wait till I get home.
Yeah, my dad has an air compressor. So it's NBD whenever, I need air.
Whenever it gets cold out, my tires always get low.
That usually happens.
That's everybody.
Mine haven't yet this year. So, who knows? Speaking of the cold, I hate how hot it is outside.
Dude, literally, like, what the crap? It's 75 degrees today.
Like, remember that one time in October where it was like
20?
20?
Yeah, that was great. We did Caleb AM, we were talking about how great it was to be cold outside, and now it's...
Like, it like felt good yesterday, but I don't want it to feel good wearing short sleeve shirts. Like, I want it to feel good wearing a hoodie, and
I've worn shorts to all my finals and all my lifetime. Because last year it was hot until like freaking February. Like, I remember Christmas Day.
I refuse to have another hot Christmas. I can't do it.
Dude, Christmas Day it was hot outside, and I got Charlie a basket for Christmas, and we just went outside and threw it in his basket because it was hot. I was in shorts and a t-shirt, throwing disc golf, sweating. I was like, it's not Christmas.
Yeah.
It's freaking July.
Christmas in July.
But
that's essentially what Mississippi is. It's all we get to do.
It makes me so mad because I remember cold Christmas. I remember once it snowed on Christmas. It was the most magical thing ever.
It was the perfect summer weather last night. I made $100 on patio. Yeah, that's what I told Caleb. I was like, I bet Colton's making a lot of money tonight because it felt good yesterday. So like everybody was doing patio.
Yeah. On a weekday too. That's pretty. Or a weeknight. That's pretty.
Yeah, $100
really great
on a Tuesday night. Tuesday, nobody goes out to eat on Tuesdays. I mean, clearly.
That was my least favorite thing. One of my least favorite things about working at the grill was being there on a weekday Weeknights weren't bad, but a weekday, nobody. I got maybe 3 tables. Like, and I never have to work B-side during happy hour, so I never got one on weekdays. So it was okay.
Well, I'm gonna check the weather.
Yeah. The weather report was cool, bad.
This is so depressing. Through next Wednesday, the lowest it'll get is 45, but it's gonna be in the 70s for half of those days, and
That's
in the
so
60s the other half.
stupid.
But from next Wednesday, it's 50 to 66, and then Thursday's 37 to 51, and then Friday's 35 to 44.
That's good. Hopefully it stays that way up.
By the time we get to that, it's gonna be like 100 degrees. But Bing said it best. I'm dreaming of a white. I want a white Christmas.
Speaking of White Christmas, one of our next videos to come out. Hopefully I can get it out by Saturday. If not, it's fine. But top 10 Christmas songs.
I am on highway, so I will be listening in silence from here.
Oh, well, thank you for listening. Colton.
Thank you for listening for me. Might be the end, but
we're getting close to it. I can assure you.
We can't go on forever.
Yeah.
And we should probably go to campus and study.
Yeah, and I gotta take a shower before we leave campus. But it's 8 o'clock, so I got time.
Yeah.
I
want to get food before we
take our
exams.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not excited about taking a 100 question final though.
I'm not excited for my Spanish final.
I'm mainly not excited because I just want to get an A in this class so bad because I feel like I deserve it. I've worked my butt off and I've studied more for it than a lot of classes, and I've taken the best notes of my life in this class. I've just done so good taking notes, but of course it was exam 4. All I had to do was match what I made on the other exams, or even do a little bit worse, but instead I did like 5 points worse, and that's exactly what I needed to not have an A in the class.
You know what we never did this semester?
What?
We never went to Brats. Like we said before.
We made plans to do
every week, like this weekend, let's go to Tupelo, let's go to Brats. We never did it.
Shoot, we could do it Thursday if you weren't going home.
Yeah, too bad we went home.
Too bad, too sad, go home.
But I was just looking at my college
I
notes
could go
and
home, but
it's like,
can't because of the Bulldog Burger. Well, I guess when they put my schedule out, I might go home for a few days.
Yeah.
Come back up here. My PC's here, and I gotta play Overwatch weekly, so
I might take my PC home just because
I'm
after
definitely
Christmas I'll have plenty of entertainment, but before Christmas I don't know what I'd do without my PC. But I don't know, I probably won't end up taking it home.
It was so much of a hassle. It's so
It
hard.
always
to
is a
PCs.
hassle. Yeah.
I'm just not.
I remember.
I'm taking my Switch home,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna use that time to play Fire Emblem.
While Colton's listening, it's just so funny. Back in the Fortnite days, we used to want to play together, me and Charlie. So they'd be like, "Hey, bring your PC over to Roz's house."
No.
I did it once and it sucked because it took like forever to pack up and then to get set up, and they're like, "Hurry!" I was like, "It takes time."
If Jack
Gosh.
ever hears this, one of our like longest, actually no, that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
One of our more recent ongoing jokes, because me and him have jokes that have been going on literally since we were children, like
Right.
10 years old. But when I got a PC, I essentially convinced him to get one. I was like, dude, get a PC. And he's like, that's a lot of money. I was like, Jack, you're a computer programming major. Get a PC. What is wrong with you? Get a PC. But he's big on Xbox, so I was like, I don't think this is gonna work. But then he got one. And so we kept every time I went to his house or he came over here, I was like, all right, make sure you pack your PC. It was like, all right, don't worry. It's like the first thing I packed. It's the most portable console I own. It's so portable.
Yeah.
And so when he came over for Auburn, I was like, I walked out to help him bring his stuff, and I was like, where's your PC? He was like, oh, it's in this small bag that he had. He was like, it's so portable. It fits in my backpack. It's like, oh man, I love how portable PCs are.
That's the thing. Like PCs are obviously the best for gaming. Like there's
hate when people
there's
are,
no
"Oh,
debate. Like
consoles are the best.
They're
You don't
not.
have a controller. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
you
a
can-
mouse and keyboard.
watch this. It's
and
so
you
simple.
can.
I can use this controller on a PC.
Yeah, you can
anytime I
still
want it.
use it.
Like PCs are most certainly best for gaming, but one thing that's exciting about getting a new console is that I can take it anywhere I want. Also,
That's the best thing about the Switch. I can take my Switch anywhere I want, and it's literally not a hassle.
literally.
I mean,
That's the only reason I
sometimes-
wanted a Switch, but like when I was a kid, like a Switch would have been perfect for like traveling and all that stuff. And when it first came out, I was like, holy crap, I want that so bad. But then I realized, you know, my family doesn't really go on vacations anymore, and if I go anywhere far away, I'm probably going to be driving, so there's really no point. But
I like
never
my-
got one, but
I love my DS for travel.
that was awesome.
But the Switch is it's a really good console.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't think Nintendo's gonna make a better console than it. They kind of outdid themselves.
But yeah, but really, I'm getting a PS5 because one, like Evan says it's amazing, so I trust Evan. But also
You've
Spider-Man.
been talking about it a lot.
Yeah.
I hope for your sake you actually get it.
I'm getting it. They had to use my PlayStation account to buy it because they wouldn't let you order it on the website when it came out again, unless you had a PS account. So I got an email saying it arrived at my house. But no,
I can't even
Um,
be like, oh man, that sucks. You know your gift. I know what I'm getting. I'm getting a ski trip.
yeah.
And when I went home the other day, they were doing like a 30% off everything on the Game Theory shop. And so I sat down with my mom. I was like, everything's 30% off. She was like, fine. What do you want? This
Like,
is your
oh, yeah.
Christmas gift. Be surprised when you unwrap it and it's all you get. I was like, I'll be
Yeah,
surprised.
no, all I'm getting
I'm
is
getting a plasma orb, the thing that you touch,
Yeah.
but it's green.
I'm getting a PS5, and I know at least there's a video game that comes with it, and I'm also getting the show. So, but
The show. Did I
yeah.
talk about when I got the show on here?
Yeah.
before? Oh my gosh. It was so. Oh, I wanted Overwatch so bad, and I got the show. It's okay.
but-
Andy bought it for me for my birthday, so.
yeah, I can't wait to act so surprised. I'm gonna like get someone to video me, and I'm gonna open the PS5. I'm like, oh my god, and I'm just gonna like throw something out the window.
No, you should be like, I wanted an Xbox.
This is not what. But no, I'm excited for it.
I
But
said I wanted a pottery kit.
I know it's bad, like getting a PS5 for just because of a couple games, so, like Spider-Man 2.
No.
I have to play.
I got an Xbox because of one game.
Yeah.
I got a PC because of one game.
Yeah. Like I really,
Actually, shoot, I wanted to play FNAF on the computer.
I literally like. It's not just one game because also the Wolverine game's gonna come out. But I mean, Spider-Man and I haven't played Miles Morales yet. I need to, but the next Spider-Man
what if
game.
Spider-Man 2 comes out on PC instantly?
They already said it's not.
No.
They said it's a PS5 exclusive already.
Average
But-
PlayStation moment. I hate Sony. They're the most garbage video game.
Also,
company
God of
existence.
War, but
They make such good games, but they're
Yeah.
just such a scummy company.
I don't know if I'm gonna play God of War or not, but we'll see.
Everybody
I'm
talks
just,
about how good they are, but I don't really have any desire to play it.
yeah. Also,
All those
whenever
games
they
look like they play exactly the same.
which ones?
Like God of War,
I don't know.
Elden Ring,
I'd have to
stuff
ask
like that.
Evan. He would know, but
That's not to say they're bad.
yeah.
Please don't hate me. Like, I love those games. They're just like,
I mean, God of War wins Game of the Year every single year it comes out, so
Elden Ring's gonna win this year.
probably.
It was like the biggest game of all time.
Yeah.
Like, unironically. But I didn't buy it, and I never will buy it because since the game is so big, they're never going to drop the price from $60, and I'm not paying $60 for a game that I won't beat.
No, when they give the release date of Spider-Man 2, if I don't have enough money for it, I will literally sell Funko Pops that I own until I have enough money, and then hold on to it until it comes out. But I'm getting Spider-Man 2.
I'm excited. There's a new Fire Emblem game coming out in January, I think. Or it
Yeah.
might be March. It's January. There's a new Octopath Traveler game coming out in March, and I'm like, I hope I get money for Christmas because I don't have money for this.
Yeah.
Andy said he'd help me buy Fire Emblem, the new Fire Emblem game, but then he bought me a Gazelle, and so I don't know if he still plans on helping. But
A Gazelle.
I told him if he buys me, helps me buy Fire Emblem, I'll help him because I want the collector's edition
Right.
because it comes with like a bunch
Bunch
of
of cool stuff.
I want the collector's edition, and then I was like, I'll help you buy the collector's edition of Tears of the Kingdom when it comes out, which is the new Zelda game.
Yeah.
So, because then I also have to buy that for myself. Like, I need
Right.
that game. I can't. We bought it on our Wii U because we didn't have Switches when it came out, and like I cannot wait to play that game again. So
I'm excited. The console comes with Modern Warfare 2, and I'm excited for it because of Warzone and stuff. But
yeah, Warzone has proximity chat, and apparently it's like evil. Essentially, how like insanely sexist and homophobic and racist the people are. Because like
it's
people
crazy.
can't.
Can you
like,
turn it off?
Maybe. I don't know if you can, honestly, because people are having such a hard time streaming the game on like Twitch, because like they'll get killed and then somebody comes up and then they just like run or scream the N-word or something, and then boom, their Twitch gets banned because somebody else.
Well, I won't be
said
streaming
that.
to you too.
It's
It's
like,
I probably wasn't
oh my gosh.
anyways, but
hey, check this out.
there you go.
Whoa.
What does that look like actually? Because he's gonna be behind. Let's check the. That's actually pretty
That's
cool.
kind of cool.
You gotta click the mode now once you turn it on. Okay. Okay. Ah, turn it off.
Whoa.
Turn it off. My eyes.
Red. Yeah,
That one's sick. I like that one.
we have a lot of colors now to choose from when we make videos.
Yeah. Blue. Green.
Ooh, I like that one.
Red. I miss my. That's one thing about I'm gonna have fun with over the break is that I have the LED lights in my room. I'm gonna have fun having those in my room. 'Cause those are awesome. When we move into the house, when you get some from my room. But
Yeah, that's my favorite. Well,
yeah.
we're about to hit like an hour 30.
Oh, we're at an hour 30 already, dude. We started at 6:30. It's 8:02.
We started just after
Yeah.
6:30. I think we're at an hour 30. Which means... Oh, wait, that'll tell us how much of this we missed. So... oh,
That one's still processing. That so far that's about an hour plus that. So I guess we didn't miss too much.
13 minutes.
Okay, not bad. Not good, but not bad.
This podcast episode is going to be awful.
Oh yeah, for sure. Might not even post the podcast edition.
I mean, this one's still processing, so...
Yeah. I'm gonna take a shower, and then if that's not done processing when I get out, I'm just not gonna post the podcast.
Man,
But
this is crazy. Normally we're in class right now.
I know.
And instead, we're still Caleb A.
Imagine next week when we're doing this on Zoom, because I'm not gonna be here, and we really don't have anything to do.
24-hour Caleb AM challenge? Just kidding.
It's not impossible.
It's definitely not impossible, but
If I could figure out, I don't know what games we could play together, because I don't know what games we both play besides Fortnite. And I know you don't want to play Fortnite.
I'm not playing anything besides
Overwatch.
Overwatch. Multiplayer-wise. I mean, it is literally free. You could download it.
Good. But I'm not taking my PC with me, so it doesn't hurt. I also don't have my PS4 anymore.
I need to download it on my Switch, so that way I can still do my weekly challenges whenever I'm not
Yeah.
there. But playing it on Switch is going to be awful, because Switch could barely run Overwatch 1.
Dude, if I would have known, never mind, I'm not gonna say it. Anyways,
Because we're streaming?
No.
Coming off stream?
I'll take off stream.
Ha, he tells me more than y'all.
Haha, he's my actual best friend. Yeah, I think we've talked about literally everything we could possibly talk about.
Well, that's definitely not true, but we got to the point where I'm slouching.
Yeah, I really need to take a shower
I really have to.
and get ready to go to campus. But yeah, so I think we're gonna call it here. Is that okay with you? That's okay with you. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching the longest stream in Next Topic Media history. Probably gonna be the longest video in Next Topic Media
It
history
definitely will.
until we release our future
Kiss
length
already.
film.
Well, I don't think our feature length film will be over an hour 30. First
I'm
one,
going for 3 hours.
I think the first one will be hour
I'm going
15.
for in-game length here. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure
Probably
to
not
click
just
that
listen.
bell and subscribe, and we will see you guys
Subscribe.
next week.
I'm Caleb Ladd.
I'm Caleb Griffin.